Make some noise and welcome Jacinta.
My name is Jacinta Okansi, and a lot of people know me as the Gajerian. And yes, I'm the finest comedian from the Republic of Ghana. I'm an entertainer and a money maker.
How long have you been doing comedy?
I've been doing stand-up comedy professionally for 10 years now, and it's been fun.
How did it start?
It started like joke, like play. It started like I'll do, like I'll not do, but I did it, and I'm doing it, and I didn't say I didn't do it. I will continue to do it. Yes, it started in church. Stand-up comedy for me started in church, and long time ago, 10, 11 years ago, and it started on a day where I had just come back from school, and Bishop just needed somebody to crack the place up because sermon was over, and out of the blue said, we need somebody to make us laugh. My mother was pointing in my direction, and then like joke, I got up. I mimicked the Akwa Ibom accent, which is where my mother comes from, and it was good. The Akwa Ibom accent is one of the funniest accents in Nigeria. And I just got on it like, hello everybody, good afternoon. Me that I'm standing here to talk to you, that is, it's not as if I know Keruawong. I mean, when you start doing this accent, every Nigerian will be in stitches because it's funny. So stand-up comedy started in church with an accent, and here we are today with a British accent now, innit?
How many shows have you been on?
How many shows? I think I've been on over 100 shows. Yes, I think I can confidently say I've been on over 100 shows, from comedy lounges to emceeing gigs to appearing at events, and of course performing at stand-up comedy events. I think I can say I've done over 100 gigs. Yes.
How was your first show?
When you say first show, do you mean my first show that paid me, or my first show that gave me money, like cash, or my first show that launched me to the whole world? When you say first show, because when you say first show like this now, I can say that my first show was in church, but you can say, okay, maybe that was all on a professional level. So my first show that I was paid for was in malt, not in cash. They gave me malt, 1 carton of malt. I felt victorious, my brethren. I went home with my malt as a breadwinner. I think it was comedy bar. Yes, it was comedy bar. So even though I was doing a lot of things on campus, I wouldn't let me not say that was not professional, but it was just students. You know the thing with having a talent, your friends can be hyping you. When you're amongst friends, they'll tell, we are good, but when you now go on a professional stage where people have actually paid their money to come and watch, that's when you actually know if you are full of jokes or you are the joke. Yes, so my first show, I was actually paid with malt. That was comedy bar. It was such a thrilling experience for me, because then I was doing comedy because I loved it, not because I wanted money, not because I wanted to be paid, not because I was looking to be a star. I was just doing it because I was writing jokes and I just needed platforms to say them. Will people laugh at this thing? Will people find it funny? So me being given a carton of malt was like, I've arrived though. I called the Bugada here, that stuff. First cash paid show. Okay, so I received cash. I think comedy bar gave me cash after a while, but it was transport money. It was not like they are paying you that you have performed though. This one was like, okay, we know that when you came, you didn't crawl, you didn't walk, you didn't run, you sat in a car, you sat in a vehicle. So we're giving you this to pay the driver so that they'll take you back to wherever you came from. So yeah, comedy bar gave us T-Fame. Yeah.
Have you ever flopped?
Inshallah, I have not flopped yet, and I don't pray to ever flop. It's not a good feeling. I have not had that experience where I did a joke and people didn't laugh. Because me, before I get on stage, I'll tell you, I'm a comedian. I'm not a prophet. I can't solve your problem. My duty is to tell jokes. You laugh. If you don't laugh, only Jesus can help you now.
Ever felt you could have done better?
Yes, I've had platforms where I felt I didn't do so much, even though patrons, family, friends will tell you, oh, you did great, you were awesome tonight. A part of me would always want to compare maybe that one with the previous one I did. And I would always want to compare and contrast. Oh, I could have done better. I could have done this. But people just tell me, you were great, you were awesome. So, personally, I've had experiences like that. But it didn't mean I didn't do well. The show didn't go on okay. But, maybe it's my ego. Oh, I've grown. I used to be a size 10. Now I'm size 16. I've really grown. It's not easy. The growth is very, very evident. And talking about my exploits from Comedy Bar to the O2, I mean, a lot has happened in 10 years, and I'm grateful for all of it. And I know this is just the beginning of the beginning. It was great. It happened so fast. It happened like it didn't happen. I didn't see it coming. People accepted me like they had known me. I came on stage, Buchi gave me a resounding intro.
What a wonderful crowd! Ladies and gentlemen, London!
Jacinta!
Followed by a round of applause. I came on stage. I had just 5 minutes because you know how these Oyibo people are now. Once they tell you, you need to use this place for 3 hours. When it's 3 hours, you have to leave the hall. I had just 5 minutes to prove to these Oyibo people that the girl's got it in her. And yeah, it was solid. It was a good feeling. I mean, let me brag a little. First Ghanaian comedian, stand-up comedian to perform at the O2. More to come. Oh my god. Okay,
How is the
okay.
acceptance among your male colleagues?
They don't have choice. They have to take me like that. It is what it is. At first, it was a bit challenging for some of them to see me as a girl. I mean, you can imagine you've always been interacting boys, and then this girl just comes in. Like, you don't know whether to call her your colleague or your sister or your rival. So, it's good. I mean, they've all loved me from the onset. I remember the first time I performed at Comedy Bar, that was when it was in Citrix, then in Osu. DKB saw me for the first time and he came late as usual. He missed my performance. But when he came, the boys, Foster, David Oscar, James Brown, they were telling him about my performance. Oh, that the girl did great, it's her first time. And he was like, oh, finally, there's a woman. And I remember it so well because it was a moment for me. They feel the asset. They feel like...
How about family support?
How would they drink more? They have to support me. So yes, family is very supportive, very supportive. Sometimes my mom even tells me jokes. She's like, Jay, so this thing happened. So she started giving me toli. Say, you know you can develop it. I'll be like, wow. You want the microphone now. Family is very supportive, I must say. So I'm grateful for that. Very grateful for that.
Does it pay the bills?
It's comedy paying. It didn't used to pay. It's not like it's like paying. But there's a future. Because if there's no future, I won't be sitting down here talking all this plenty talk that I'm talking. Comedy has a future. Comedy is paying because through comedy I've met lots of amazing people. I've been on platforms, I've been in rooms, I've sat with personalities that I don't know if I was just maybe any other thing, any other person. I don't know if I would meet these people, but comedy is an eye-opener. It's a teacher. Sometimes you tell jokes and you're actually learning from the joke. Like, it's funny, but you know that it's real life situation. So comedy is paying. It's educating me. It's paying me. It's putting me on the right track. And it's also making me sensitive. Comedy is an amazing thing. Oh my God, I'm emotional. Gosh. I've gotten used to it. I've gotten used to the fact that people meet you for the first time, and when you say, I'm a comedian, the first thing they say is, nice girl like you. Like, I don't understand. It's comedy for ugly people. It's comedy for people who don't look good. It's comedy for people who are bone your face. I don't get it. So I think I'm used to it. Sometimes people pass me and they don't even realize I'm the one. I've been to places where my friends don't introduce me as a comedian. And I think it's with us as a people. In Ghana, we're now accepting that comedy is actually a profession, because when you say comedy, they tell you that comedy in Chi is Jimmy. They tell you downright, straight up. So they don't want to address the fine girl as a comedian, but please, I'm a comedian proudly. I'm a comedist. Hello? Oh, it does. I wanted to say no, it doesn't, but it's like Holy Spirit wanted to slap me. It does. Sometimes you're having a nice chit chat with a fine, nice young man, prospective, and he's not taking you serious. Apart from the fact that I'm a comedian, I must say that I'm a very serious human being in real life. Hey, did I just say that? It's true, I'm serious. But they don't take you serious when you're being serious. They have that image, they have that comedy image in their heads, like, she's joking, she's not serious, don't take her serious, don't be fooled, it's a trap, nah, she's kidding. They have it in their heads. So whatever you say, sometimes they just tell you, I can't even take you serious, I don't know when you're serious. Bro, I'm serious, I'm not laughing, can't you see? And yeah, there was one time, there was a guy I was with who introduced me to his friend and family member. Said, hi, oh, meet Jacinta, everything about her is a joke. It's okay. All is well.
What inspires you, jokes?
Everything around me is a wonderful inspiration, from friends to everyday life, watching TV, pastors, politicians, such great inspirations. Whew. I do both of them. I do a lot of improvisation and I also write. I mean, you need to write, you need to have a bearing, you need to know where you're going to. The improvs will come. Make use of it. I mean, if you've seen me perform, you would realize that I like to interact with the audience a lot, which is the beautiful thing about comedy. But you also need to have content. I mean, you could go on stage and just play with the audience and they would laugh. But that's not the standard, right? The standard is to have something to tell us about. So yes, I do both of them. I write, I scrutinize myself, I practice on a couple of friends and family members, and then when I come on stage and there is need to, massage the audience a little bit, of course I do that. It comes with the job.
What else do you do apart from comedy?
Oh, I take care of myself. It's very important. I take care of myself. Look at me. I need a lot of time to take care of myself. I take care of myself. But aside comedy, I'm a very talented singer. I dance sometimes, depending on my mood. I'm a very good cook. If I cook for you, nothing will happen, you just eat.
Has any joke landed you in trouble?
None that I can think of. But I remember one time, Emilia Broadway dropped a song called Famiko. And I did I did an imitation of that song with my fellow comedians. Yeah. And then I realized that I was blocked. I didn't even know until she went for an interview somewhere and said, she mentioned my name, that something about people laughing at her and her song, and I was like, this country, a comedian cannot comment again. So yes, I think that's the only one I can think of for now. Yes, Fela McAfee also unfollowed me one time because I think she dropped a song called Over, and I wrote on my social media, I said, can somebody wake me up when over is over? Then I realized that I had been unfollowed. So I think I met her somewhere at an event, and I told her, I said, madam, are you still in your feelings? She said, hey, you know what you did to me? I said, babe, I'm your friend. If I can't tease you, nobody else can tease you. And I think we smoked a peace pipe and everybody was okay. But it comes to the job. Sometimes, maybe some people are just going through a phase at that point in time. It may not even really be about you, the comedian, or maybe you just brought yourself at that point in time. Sometimes too, it's about you. They don't like what you did. They're not having it. They're not taking it. And Only God can save you now, because there's nothing I can do. Thank you.
Do you watch your videos after?
When I watch myself sometimes, I ask myself, did you really say that? There are some things like, did you really say that? Sometimes I watch myself and I be like, okay, this joke, you can expand it. You can add this to it. You can add that to it. Okay, this joke, instead of saying this, you can actually remove this. You know, I sometimes when I watch my videos, I kind of use them to measure myself, recreate, and but I don't like it when you watch my videos when I'm around though. You can watch my videos when I'm not there. I'm shy.
What was your breakthrough joke?
My breakthrough joke. People know me for different jokes. Thanks to social media, there are some people who just know me through my skits. Some people know me through acting. But if it's for stand-up, I think I would say the most common one is the one I did about circle. Yes, I have a joke about circle that I did.
Pay attention. There is this part of Accra. If you are not spiritually sound, if you are not high in the spirit of the Lord, do not try to venture the principalities and powers that operate within that zone. Somebody say circle.
Very relatable. Yeah, I can do jokes I wrote 10 years ago. Yes, I can. I can do jokes. Even that circle joke is everlasting. I can say it anytime, unless there's no longer circle in Accra. Even my jokes about women in general, I can do them. They're timeless jokes. They are jokes that could fly on any platform to any, type of people. So yes. Okay, when I started, I told myself that I would never speak about religion and politics because these are topics that are very sensitive. But as time went by, I realized that these are the jokes, like they're the real jokes. Like if you don't talk about them, then what really are you talking about? So, yes, if you had asked me this question a couple of years back, I would have said, no, I would never talk about this. Now, with the way the world is going, we'll talk about it. We're comedians. Deal with it. I don't care. Honestly, I really cannot be bothered about certain things. If it is constructive criticism, I'll take it. Open arms. I'm very, very particular about how people perceive what I do because my job is to make them happy. So I'm not going to say, I don't care, as long as it doesn't contradict my job, which is to make them happy. Every other thing, if it's about who I'm dating, who I'm not dating, is really not anybody's problem, honestly. And most of the time, they're always false because I'm a very coded babe. I know you can't be too coded. Hey, this comment puts me in trouble. I can be coded, but I don't dwell on rumors. I don't dwell on what people have to say. If they are not true, they are not true. If they are true, they are true. What will you do about it? Nothing. We move. What's
the future like for you, Jacinta?
The future, nobody knows what the future really holds, but I think this is the beginning of the beginning. I would also like to create a safe space for other females who would like to do stand-up comedy, especially here in Ghana and even beyond Ghana. Because when I started, I had no female to, should I say look up to? There was no female for me to say, how do I go about this? How do I do this? How do I solve that? And at some point I was taken for granted. Yes, there were moments where I was taken for granted. There were moments where I was lost. There were moments where I didn't know how to handle certain things. Because the truth is, nobody even wants to be a manager of a comedian because they feel, will they make money from you? That's the truth. So the best you could get that time was maybe a friend posing as a manager for you or a family member posing to be your manager or your agent. Nobody really wanted to invest in a comedian. So I think I want to create a safe haven, or I know that I want to create a safe haven for other young girls who want to do this, not just speak to them about the craft, but I mean everything in general. Sometimes you could get in your feelings, in your emotions. How do you go about stuff? How do you do this? How do you do that? Me, I want to be there for them, you know. The future is bright, but comedy is brighter. So, 10 years. This year, my birthday is on the 6th of October, and as a form of celebration, as a form of enjoyment and excitement, I have decided to do my maiden stand-up event, which will be happening on the 8th. My birthday is on the 6th, which is the weekday. So the weekend, which is the 8th, Saturday, I'll be having my maiden stand-up comedy event at the National Theatre. Whew, I said it. This one sweets me. It sweets my body. They do like stew where they for fire, they boil. It's about time, you know. Sometime 2015, 2016, when I started gaining prominence, some people were like, Charlie, now that people like you, they love you, if you do your own show. I told them, relax. I'm not just gonna do my own show because I've been successful on some 1, 2, 3 platforms. Calm down. People have to be calming down. So yes, the time is right and ripe, and it is now. Apart from the fact that it's my first special, it's actually the very first time that a female is headlining a comedy show in Ghana. So I want everybody to come out and make history with me on that day, because it's going to be a night of pure, undiluted entertainment. There'll be comedy, there'll be music, there'll be dance from the finest. And I'm telling you today on authority and with plenty of audacity, every act on that stage is international. Not try me. I know they play. So yes, come the 8th of October. As a way of saying thank you to everybody for supporting me, for sticking and staying with me. Yes, I'll be doing my show at the National Theatre. The name for the show